Hello everyone, and welcome to Layers of Flavor. My name's Eli, and I'm about to take you on a journey of making chicken cutlets with roasted potatoes and asparagus. Without further ado, let's get started. So if all the chefs I've ever watched in Food Network and YouTube, they always stress that the first thing you have to do before you cook any dish is get all your ingredients set out. What they call that in French, and excuse my French for not being great, is mise en place. But for today we have some chicken breasts. I have 4 of them. I'm gonna be making this dish for 4 people. We have parsley for garnishing, potatoes, nice big Yukon Gold. We're gonna slice them up and make them really delicious. We're gonna flavor everything with the essence of lemon, really building in those layers. With some fresh asparagus, just picked yesterday. We're gonna bread our chicken with some all-purpose flour. So the first thing I'm gonna do is peel my potatoes, because that takes a little bit of time, and get to slicing everything. So I'm gonna do that right now. Wow. When I was picking this at the store, I didn't realize, but look how big this potato is. It's a monster. As you see, I've already peeled a good amount of them. One thing I did want to show you that, is a kind of a cool trick with your potato peeler, or just your peeler, is this part right here is actually used to get the eyes out. You can just kind of get it in there and pop that right out. I just can't believe how big this potato is. They must have given it steroids or something. Get to the end like this, you can kind of see it's a little wobbly and it might be hard to do that. So quick trick, flip it over. Then you have a flat surface to cut against, and it just makes it much easier. Right now, you see my fingers? Just flip it again. So let's finish cutting up these potatoes, then we'll get them laid out on our baking sheet, and we'll then move on to the asparagus. So I got some olive oil. I know this is a big jug. I'm actually really excited to be done with this jug, but let's just sort of fan this out on the baking sheet. I love olive oil. I pretty much only use that. I know there's better oils to use, but that's what I use. So got our oil laid out there. We are going to now put our potatoes on there. So them all on the nice sheet. There we go. All right, now let's do the garlic. We love garlic in this household. We put garlic with pretty much everything we eat, and we're gonna put garlic with our potatoes to add another layer. So over here, I've kind of peeled off 5 cloves of garlic. I think this will be enough. Pretty much due to your preference, what you think is right. I think 5 is right today. Tomorrow it might be 4, who knows? But let's do this. So once we get the garlic out of the cloves, we actually need to smash it to help get it out of its skin. So I kind of put my knife here and I go down. And now it's pretty easy to peel. It is tedious though, it does take time. And I will say, if anyone makes an invention that helps peel garlic faster, I would definitely buy it. All right, so we got our garlic crushed. Now it's time to chop it up. Same thing here. Make sure you don't cut off your fingers. And I am really gonna pulverize this, so in no particular order, I'm just gonna cut this up, try to get nice and thin. So here's another helpful tip with garlic. We already have this sort of roughly diced here. But what you do is you take some salt. We love Himalayan pink sea salt. It's delicious and it's pink, and I love the color pink. So let's put some of this on there. And what this does, I think, is it actually takes out some of the natural juices of the garlic and actually gives it some grittiness as well, which helps you chop it. All right, so here is the garlic all mashed up, and so we're just gonna put it on our potatoes. Get that nice and good. So that's one of our layers. Now we're gonna take a lemon. Remember, I said lemon essence in this dish. 1 second, let me grab my zester. This is a helpful tool in your kitchen. You can use it for a lot of things. I use it a lot for zesting lemon. And so we're just going to zest over the potatoes. And that's about good. So we'll sort of sprinkle that on over it. This will be good. Now, season generously with pepper and salt, or salt and pepper. I love pepper, so I put a lot. Remember, due to your preference, this is what you like. This is your home. That's a good amount of pepper. My salt. Really get that in there. All right, so now it's time to mix up. I'm just gonna give my hands an extra wash real quick, and then we're going in. Bam! These are ready to go in the oven. As you see, we have a few layers here. We got olive oil, salt, pepper, lemon, and garlic. I wish you could be here right now to smell this. This smells even delicious right now. Imagine when it's done. So I have my oven preheated to 450 degrees. We're going hot and we're going as fast as possible. I still think this is gonna take some time. I'd say 45 minutes to an hour to get these cooked. And here we go. Going on in the oven. Cook away, my nice taters. Roasted asparagus. Roasting vegetables is a lot easier than you think it is. Today we're gonna roast asparagus as part of our dish here. And all I do is I take my asparagus, whole lump right here. As you saw, it goes a little bit crazy. Find a place right here and I just cut it. Bam, off, gone. We have our asparagus ready to go. You can do this with broccoli, pretty much any vegetable. You get another pan, we're gonna go in the oven. And remember, we're throwing the essence of lemon, that layer of flavor in this whole dish. So let me get some tin foil, and we're gonna put some olive oil in this pan, and we'll get this going. So roasted vegetables, this time we get, like I was saying, the roasted asparagus. All that is here is olive oil, the vegetable. Let the ingredients speak for themselves. These are fresh asparagus. Simplicity sometimes is best. Salt, pepper, and essence of lemon. That smells so good. Lemon zest is underrated. Let me just sprinkle that on the top. Nice and mixed. We are going in the oven. Same with the potatoes. We got 450 until they look nice and delicious. Right on it. All right. So basically now I would say it's our third step in our dishes process. We got the potatoes in the oven. We got the asparagus in the oven. I hear it sizzling. Things are happening. It's time for the poultry, the chicken. Something that's really important, and I'd even consider in a layer, is making sure you get all the moisture off your meat when you are using it. So I'm gonna take these out, I'm putting them onto a paper towel, and I'm gonna pat these dry to get some more paper towels. What this will do is help the seasoning, or the flour as well in this case, stick very well to the chicken. So these are now ready to go. We are going to fillet them to get them nice and thin and then give them a nice pound. All right, so I have this face down on my cutting surface. I'm going to very carefully, and I stress that, carefully cut through the chicken. And I've done that here. I'm gonna open it up, and then I'm gonna kind of squish it out. Let's do the rest of them now. So we got our chicken ready to go, kind of sliced and filleted. As you can see, and one thing I did want to note that helps me a lot in the kitchen, paper plates. They're very easy to clean. You don't need to clean them. You just toss them away when you're done. So I got my chicken, I got my flour. I'd say I put, enough in here to kind of coat it. I'm gonna add my layer of flavor, lemon zest. So let's get that on in to our flour. And we are gonna season this flour pretty liberally with a whole zest of 1 lemon. Flour hands. We got our chicken. It's ready to go in. We have our nice seasoned flour, and I am literally just gonna pound it in. Try to get a nice coating here. And so once I kind of get it out, you want to dust off the excess flour. So just really lightly. All right, so this is starting to heat up. Let's get some oil in there. Oh, we are gonna finish off this thing in this video, which makes me happy. We are gonna get a good coating on the bottom of this because we are frying. All right, so let's get that get hot. This is obviously oil, so gotta be careful here. We've been testing this out a little bit. I wanna show you a quick trick to tell once your oil is hot enough. Just gonna get some water. You can also smell it, and it's sizzling, you hear that. So we definitely got hot oil. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit. We have our chicken that's been breaded, as we saw in the last part, and we're just gonna lay away, as Gordon Ramsay would say. And you're hearing the sizzle? That's it starting to cook. We'll do 2 at a time here. Lay away. Let that go. That's frying. Let's let that go and get a crust. Very, very important right now. Don't touch it. Let it go. All right, so like I said, 3 to 4 minutes aside, so let's give this a turn. Oh my gosh, it's nice and crispy. Let that go. The oil is starting to splatter a little bit. This is what happens, so I want you guys to be well aware. Turn the heat down a little bit. It's already hot, the heat is in the pan. Just let it go. You don't need to touch. All right, so it's been around 8 minutes and our chicken is ready to go. So I'm going to take it out of the pan, put it onto paper towel lined plate so we can drain off any of the excess grease that we don't need to be eating and digesting. Let's do that. I'll get my other guys in. Voila! Our potatoes are done and they look absolutely delicious. Nice and crispy and fluffy on the inside, and we got our asparagus in there as well, staying warm. So I'm gonna wash my hands and we will get to plating. This is our finished masterpiece here. This is our lemon chicken with roasted potatoes and asparagus. It looks absolutely delicious. I wish you could smell this right now. Let's see how this tastes. Here we go. Let me explain to you what I'm tasting right now. What I'm tasting is the crunch of the crispy potato with the chicken, along with the nice herbaceous bits of the asparagus. It is absolutely delicious. I hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe and look forward to you coming back for the next recipe we got going on. Have a great day.